Hi, welcome back to another video. After a very long time, I'm back with an unboxing, and the device that I have in my hand right now is Lenovo Vibe K5 Plus. It is the most anticipated smartphone, and it is in a lot of demand, although the sale have not been so good because of some problems in these smartphones and some negative reviews, especially with the battery backup and the heating part and also the camera. So because of that, the sales might have got affected. But let us see and do the unboxing first. Let us have a look into here. Now, before proceeding to the unboxing, here are some of the specs on the box of Lenovo Vibe K5 Plus. Have a look at it. Now let us cut open the seal. I had to cut through all the plastic wrapper that was around. Right now I am removing the top of the smartphone box. So here is the smartphone covered in a wrap. Looks premium from the first look itself. I will put this one on the side so that I can remove other accessories from the box. So these are all the accessories. These are all the paperworks. This one is charger. Now battery. The battery looks big and thin. I'll keep it aside to remove the USB cable. After the USB cable, let us remove the smartphone from the wrap. Oh, there is a screen guard with the smartphone. I didn't know. I think I missed it, and it is now below the smartphone. It is good that they have provided a screen guard. It is required. Usually nowadays tempered glass are coming, so you can install them if you want. Wow, what a beautiful smartphone it is. On the top they have put this thin film. Some key attractions have been printed on it. The device seems very shiny and eye-catchy. Wow, even the back is beautiful. Have a closer look at the smartphone. Let me keep the items side by side. So, finally, this is all that I found in the box. Before proceeding for a quick look at the smartphone, let us see the battery first. It seems pretty thin for a battery. It is 2750 mAh battery. I will have to insert this first so that I can boot the smartphone. This much amount of battery is enough for day to day usage, but they have in fact given just 250 mAh, less than 3000 mAh. But I don't know why still people are complaining. I have to use it and then see if all of them are true or not. Before first boot, let me give you a design review. I will show you the smartphone from different angles so that you can decide if the smartphone fits your style or not. It's important. The smartphone has to look good too, right? The back of the smartphone is pretty beautiful. They have placed camera on the upper left corner. The LED flash is also there. The middle is completely plain and shiny, very shiny. On the bottom there are two speakers. The finish on the smartphone is really nice, feels solid and smooth. The metal casing is giving a pleasant feel to the touch on my fingers. It also does not attract any fingerprint, and you can clearly see that it's not catching up any fingerprint, just like the plastic does. It is not doing that, and you can clearly see when I am moving my fingers on it. On the front, you have all this. I mean, sensor, camera, capacitive touch buttons in the bottom, and all that. The bezels are large. They could have made the smartphone small by reducing the bezels, but yeah, like always, every Chinese smartphone have to give large bezels. That's the worst part always. But anyways, this smartphone still fits in the pocket. Now let's move further. Let's move to the size. The size of the smartphone is 5 inch. It is the screen size, not the smartphone size. Last time someone said that I'm talking about the phone size. No, I'm not. When I talk about the about the size of the smartphone, I am talking about the screen size because the smartphones are known by their screen size, not by their dimensions. So their dimensions are always different. And if somebody stayed telling that the phone is 4 inch, that means the screen size of the smartphone is 4 inch, not the overall smartphone is 4 inch. So the screen size is 5 inch in this case. It is a comfortable screen size. Have a look at the front of the smartphone with close up so that you can get a better look at the smartphone's looks. Once again, let us have a look at the back from close up. The smartphone does look thick from this close, but this is not. It's not a thick smartphone. It's a thin smartphone. In fact, the thickness is normal, and also it does feel like a thin smartphone from the naked eye from far away. But really speaking, it is still slight early normal thickness. On the bottom here, you have only microphone, and on the top you have a USB port and a 3.5 mm jack. In terms of weight, the smartphone feels very light. In fact, it's like I'm holding a feather in my hand. That's like a metaphor, but it actually does not feel like a feather. But still, when I held the smartphone for the first time, I felt so much lightweight of the smartphone that I thought, yeah, I was holding a feather like that. It's really smooth from the back. The metal body gives it the finest looks and also find the lightest weight, and because of this, the feel of the smartphone is completely different. And for the price, I think this is the lightest smartphone available. And actually, Panasonic provides some of the lightest smartphones for this price point. But I feel that this one has a lightweight at this price point. I have used other smartphones, so I know what I'm talking about. The When compared to the weight of the other smartphone, I think this one is a lightweight smartphone. Now, finally, we are going for the first boot and setup. Let us now do the first boot and setup. I will skip the setup part. I think it takes a long time to set up the smartphone for the first time. Meanwhile, I will remove this film. The first boot was, first really the first boot was really fast in this smartphone. I have not seen other smartphone boot this fast before. It was really fast here. I have skipped the whole setup thing because it was a long it took some long time, and I think that's useless. And after the first boot, let's talk about display and performance. I have put the screen guard on to protect the screen from scratches. It is always good to have your phone screen protected, and since I had removed that film they have provided, I had to install a screen guard to protect the screen from scratches. So I did it just right now itself. The display is awesome. It is a full HD display with a 441 ppi, 441 ppi. It's really a wonderful display. You must see it to experience it. I mean, look at the display. It's awesome, man. And I would once again like to emphasize that this is my first impression. The full review will come later, so don't. If I'm praising the smartphone, it does not mean that this is a good smartphone. I'm having a first look at it, and overall, it seems a very good smartphone from outside. And I have to see how the quality will be. I have to see many other things of the smartphone. I have to test everything on the smartphone. Right now, I'm giving the first impressions. I will be seeing how the performance will be, how it the touch will be working right now itself. But then when I'll go and use the smartphone for days, then I'll come to know the real performance of the smartphone. At that time, I'll make a review. Don't worry, this time I'm now going to take 7 months to review a smartphone, just like I did with the Lenovo A2010. I'll do it quickly. Now, let's talk about the touch response. The touch response seems pretty good. I mean, it's fast compared to the previous Lenovo smartphones I have used. I think this one is the fastest at this price point. Don't get me wrong. I am saying at this price point, I feel that it is fastest among the Lenovo smartphones, not other smartphone. Among the Lenovo smartphone, I think this is the fastest touch that I have seen, and it's among the Lenovo smartphone. I would like to emphasize that once again. Let us now talk about the performance in depth. The touch response is good. I have said that already. This is how the UI of this smartphone is. It's a simple and straightforward UI. It doesn't feel like a dust bin of apps. Like the UI of Samsung, I feel like that's a dustbin where all the apps are dumped, and in this case, it is not. They are beautifully arranged, and in fact, you can also arrange them beautifully, and you can browse them within 2 pages itself. And that's a good part here. Let's go to the drop down menu. This is all you have in drop down menu. There are a lot of shortcuts available here. Also, let's quickly have a close look at the app screen. Let's move into the settings and have device information. It shows software and hardware features. Now, to the regularity information, you can see SAR values here. Yes, AR values here. SAR, I always pronounce that as SAR. It is yes, AR values. I have seen pretty much every smartphone UI. All of them have messed up with app arrangement. In this phone, they are sweetly arranged, and you can clearly see that. Very sweetly arranged they are in the smartphone. Finally, on the back they have provided 13 megapixel camera, and on the front 5 megapixel have we provided. I will give you samples and test videos soon, followed by review and other stuff. So this is all I had to say on in the unboxing of the video. And yes, the performance is really good. I could see that the 2 GB RAM and the octa-core processor is just increasing the speed of the performance, and it's a really fast smartphone. And if you want, you can buy this one. As far as I have used it till now, it seems like it's a good smartphone. In which smartphone there are not in problems. I mean, a lot there are in when you are buying a smartphone at the budget price, there will be some problem. At least some smartphones camera will not perform good. Some smartphones call quality will not be good. Some smartphone speaker would not be good. So there are things that you have to keep note of. When you are buying flagships, you can buy any company's flagship. It will be always good. But in this case, since you are buying a budget smartphone, there will be some problem, some one or two problems by far. So let's move on and end the video. Thanks for watching. We will meet next time.